Boy, oh boy, do I have a video for you today. This is day 27 of the $0 to $100,000 series with the AI agency. Today's video, man, y'all are going to, I don't know how I feel about this. I'm confident, but this is a crazy curveball. All right. So be ready for this one. Tap in, put it on 2x speed. It's a 0 to 100K challenge. We're still at 4,000 cash collected. Like I said, huge shift today. I'm going to be going through some data sets I accumulated today. If you're an entrepreneur, if you're someone building the business, you will find value in this video. I promise you that. And yeah, we'll go from there. So like, subscribe, follow the journey, and let's jump right into today. So a little recap from today. As you know, yesterday I said we had 2 sales calls for today. The first one that we had in the morning, she ended up no showing, which is funny because she literally confirmed the night before that she was going to show up to the call. So I was a little irritated with that one to start the day. I was like, we're going to be in a great spot. We got 2 calls today. We had a guy book in the morning, and it was like, all right, perfect. Let's jump right into the day. Let's execute. Let's get these motherfuckers rolling. And she ended up no showing, called her like 4 times again, didn't show up. Wasn't qualified anyway, for the most part, as far as I understand. She wasn't qualified, but that's what we've been getting, dude. Every single lead that we've gotten in the pipeline with this offer has been $0 to $50,000 annually. Like terrible quality leads, bro. And we've just been having a tough time. So we've just been having a tough time getting quality to come in the pipeline, pretty much is what I'm saying. And then the second call we had was at 1 p.m. He booked in, thought he was an older guy. His name was Greg. So I was like, okay, this guy's gonna be a little older. He jumped on the call. So it was our first call that actually showed up, and he was pretty unqualified, 18, still in high school, planning on going to college, only did like 15,000 net in his business. I didn't even end up pitching him. Probably could have said the price. He was like pretty interested. I should have probably pitched him. Kind of regret that now, but their season isn't even starting for another month. And he's on the East Coast in like Pennsylvania. So their season isn't even starting yet. So it's like, okay, there's really not urgency here in this niche yet, right? Like we're just a little early. So I would deem him as someone that's unqualified. Like if you've made $15,000 in take home profit in a season, which is pretty good for a kid his age, but to pay $4,000 up front for an offer. Yeah. He was like, oh, like, why don't we just do like $200 a day in ad spend to just try it out? I was like, bro, see, like, I don't want to deal with those guys. So yeah, we had 2 sales calls. One of them no showed. One of them was unqualified. I got a frowny face for both of those. We had a massive realization today. Massive realization. So after we had those 2 calls kind of slip through the cracks, kind of realized from a high level, like, okay, we got something wrong here, and we need to figure out how we can fix it. And basically what we've come to the realization of, which I'll tell you a little bit later once I get into the data sets, is that we are in the wrong niche. We had the option to go landscaper or AV. The AV space we wanted to go into because it's very untapped, very blue ocean, higher ticket guys, smaller TAM, not a lot of competition, year round, high ticket, but we didn't have any social proof. Limiting belief there, a little bit of imposter syndrome there. Like we didn't know if it would actually work. And funny enough, the AI ads, the offer we're running with AI ads works way better for that type of offer because you can easily have it mock up amazing, beautiful home theaters or golf simulators and make that shit look fire. So landscapers was the choice that we made this month. If you go back in this series, you'll see that I was deciding, hey, let's go into landscapers specifically as a niche. We were targeting kind of twisted between AV and landscapers. We've decided that landscapers, just because we have proof in that industry, doesn't mean that it's a good niche to be in. These guys are very, 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 there's no urgency in this niche. Like there's no urgency in this niche. And I know I'm speaking too soon because we've literally had our funnel live for probably like 2 weeks at this point. We've had a lot of calls come in. We've had really good numbers on the ad side, but like just nobody's showing up to the calls. And it might have been a creative problem. We've switched our VSL like 3 or 4 different times, saw the data on them. Retention rate's fine. The messaging in there's fine. Just haven't really gotten that quality of a lead that we wanted to yet. So we are launching a new vertical tomorrow. We're going into the AV space. We've decided to scrap the landscaping offer because funny enough, we wanted to get into AV right away, but we wanted to get our client results first. So the logic behind this is we literally got an AV client from a broad funnel targeting high ticket home service business owners. And he came in and we got that lead, a $4,000 lead, which we could have charged like $8,000 for $200. That was our CAC. Obviously, that's like very beginner numbers. I mean, like early stage numbers. Like we were still technically testing the funnel. But if we can do that without direct messaging to AV integrators, without really any proof directly attributed to the AV integrator space, and we can get him to close without any hesitation, that tells you that this niche needs this now. And if we have a dialed in funnel on the front end and on the top of funnel and also the middle of funnel, there's no reason why we can't start closing these guys up. We've decided to launch into the AV vertical, completely shifting gears. We wanted to launch into this niche, and I'll tell you why we did this. Our client's getting some really good results, really great results. His ad numbers are looking really well. I believe he's already booked a job from our ads that have been live for less than 10 days, very early stage. So he's doing really well. We have a call for him on Monday that we're going to do potentially a case study. It's kind of a check-in call, see what we can optimize. And then we're going to look at upselling him on some key features that are going to be beneficial for him. So we're going to upsell him. And then we're also going to see if it's a right time to get a case study potentially, because that would really help with this new offer that we're about to run. But the beauty of this is that we have all the IP already built out for his offer, right? For what he's running. So we have golf simulator B-roll, we have home theater B-roll, we have the landing pages for it, we have all the back-end automations and the systems behind it. We have literally everything dialed in for this. And our logic here is like, okay, we've gotten this guy results. We're going to showcase those results in our VSL, in our ad creatives, in our messaging. And we're just going to absolutely simplify the fuck out of the funnel. Okay. So we are going to just basically take the IP that we've already built, kind of frame it, because he came in on a free training sort of video. It was pretty long, but we're going to make like a 5 to 10 minute max video breaking down the system that we use and how it works in meticulous detail, very visually driven. I just have to record the VSL tomorrow. And go into that process and essentially break it down for AV integrators, build a lot of trust on the front end and get these guys to book in. Because technically this is a year-round industry. You can be installing home theaters in summer. You can be installing golf simulators in summer, right? It increases and enhances your home's value, and it's a high ticket purchase. So we're launching a new vertical tomorrow. We got the landing page done. We're basically copying the same structure, outline design, pretty easy. Landing page done, agreement done, offers done, really good guarantee on the front end. Love it a lot. And everything's basically in position right now for us to get this launched. We just got to film the ads, and then we just have to get the VSLs done, and we can get this launched. And our goal is to get it launched tomorrow. So big curveball for you guys. I'm going to talk a little bit more about it once we get into these data sets here. I mean, I'm confident in it. We were just really at a crossroads, like, fuck, like, what if this was just not the niche that we should go into, right? Like, what if our imposter syndrome beginning of this month was just kind of steering us away from the niche that we really should have been in this entire time, that we got like gifted. We literally struck gold with that niche, and finding that niche, it's like a needle in a haystack. But we decided to go to the offer that we technically already have proof in, instead of going, but it's way more volatile, way lower quality leads. Sure, it's a bigger market. There's more competition. It's hard to get the big guys to come in and bite. But instead, we decided to go landscaper and not AV. But now we've realized that was a mistake, and we learned it the hard way by spending money and not seeing results. And now we're pivoting back. We're making an educated decision based on where we see ourselves at currently as business owners and what's going to be the best suit for us moving forward. So some data sets from today, guys. First one being the wrong path leads to the right one. Okay. So no matter path you choose, no matter which path you choose in life or in business, like if you decide to sell a specific sort of service to a specific sort of niche, and you quickly realize that that niche is not ideal or that market is not where you belong, right? Like I don't really resonate with landscapers that much. Like they just don't think like I do. I'm an operator. I think like an operator. I'm a systems thinker. And a lot of these AV guys are, right? Like the wrong path will lead you to the right one in business and in life. And that's what we saw here. That's what we experienced firsthand, you know, I mean, in the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and just really seeing how the wrong path can really just fucking weigh on you, bro. Like, it's like, okay, these guys aren't showing up. How do we get these guys to show up? Right. It's like, where are we optimizing? You know, like just experiencing a lot of friction, getting really like solid numbers, but like they weren't backing it up at all when it came to like the back end. Like we weren't able to close anybody when it came to the bottom funnel. Hell, some people wouldn't even show up to the call. Like our show rate was probably less than 10%. I mean, we've probably booked like shit, at least 7 calls and one guy showed up. So yeah. I mean, like it's unreal. So like the wrong path is literally leading us to the right one. And I'm saying this, and I don't know if this is the right path, but I will say this confidently that this path makes the most sense. And it should have been it should have been the path that we executed on instantly because we had the IP we were building. We should have just kind of shut off the offers and be like, all right, let's build this shit out for this guy. And then let's plan to specifically just launch in the AV space. Instead, we just wanted to pivot right into landscaping because, hey, let's keep the cash flow lower and let's keep rolling. Let's keep rolling. So we had to basically restructure everything that we were doing, built it for landscapers. I'm fine that we did it because now we have a great funnel structure, great backend structure. We have all the IP, so it's like really easy to just copy and paste this offer. I just got to bang out a VSL, fucking easy. AI ads, fucking easy. Like we're gonna get this shit launched. We made this decision here. It's 10:14. We made this decision about 4 hours ago, around like 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and we're basically about to launch within 24 hours, essentially. So yeah. I mean, dude, the wrong path leads to the right one, right? Like even if you're on the wrong one, you know the right one is around the corner, right? And we've been putting in so much fucking time, blood, sweat, and tears into this shit to where like, you know, you kind of know when you're moving in the right direction. Like you always kind of felt friction with the landscaping side. Like it's like, okay, like there's friction here, you know, these guys are 0 to 50K pre-revenue basically. Like what are we going to really do here? You know, it's just there's so much more friction when it comes to closing them. But for the AV guys, like there's no friction because we have the whole system. They can see it, right? And they know it works for someone else in their niche. So we found the right path, I would say so now, I believe. Next one is imposter syndrome is bullshit. The reason, at least part of the reason why we didn't go into the AV space right away is because we felt imposter syndrome. We felt like we didn't have the experience to bring to the niche. And I think it was just a limiting belief that you need social proof to sell something. I'm going to be honest with you, bro. Like, you really don't need social proof to sell something. You just need to be competent in your VSL, in your messaging, and just have subtle trust indicators within your funnel. And you're going to be golden, bro. Like, if you know what the fuck you're talking about and you have a really good guarantee, does it really matter if you did it for somebody else? Does it really matter? I don't think so. Okay. And we saw that firsthand with Troy. He came in. We were using our own proof with how we generated, you know, $100,000 with our Facebook ads, blah, blah, blah. But it was specifically for landscaping, and we said that in our video, right? Like we did it for our landscaping niche. Like you could do it for whatever niche you're in, you know, like didn't have any client results on there, just our results. That's all we really had to back it with. And we had a, you know, 7-figure business owner just waltz into our funnel. It's because he knows how competent we are. He can see it in the VSL. He sees the competence. He sees the confidence in the VSL and trusts you, right? So at the end of the day, we were just being stupid. Like it was just a limiting belief. Like we thought because we didn't get results in this niche that we wouldn't be able to do this, right? And that we shouldn't push this offer, even though it was literally a fucking needle in a haystack that literally just got blessed into our fucking pipeline, closed them, got our first client. And we just decided, oh, you know, this niche is a blue ocean. No one's marketing in it. Let's just go into the niche that everyone's marketing in the fucking landscaping industry because we got proof there. So, you know, imposter syndrome is so bullshit, bro. Don't listen to that shit. You don't need fucking proof, bro. You just need conviction that you know what the fuck you're doing and you're going to be able to get results. And you got to have a good guarantee to back that shit up, bro. Put your fucking money where your mouth is. Imposter syndrome is fucking bullshit. Bullshit. Okay. That's a fat data set from today, bro. Imposter syndrome is so bullshit. And then the next one is, bro, like don't follow a path just because it's easy, you know? And that's what we were doing. Basically, like the landscaping space is like, all right, you know, it's easy. You know, we got proof in this space. We already got B-roll to, you know, put on the ads. You know, we already got everything. You know, the messaging's there. And at the end of the day, like the easy path isn't always the right path. And I wouldn't even say it was that easy of a path, but it was just like it felt like there was less friction, right? Like it felt like, okay, it's easier to go into the landscaping because there's a lot of guys we can model the funnel off of. You know, we already have proof in that space. It's a bigger market. There's already guys making money in that space, right? That are marketing to these guys. And we just thought it would mesh better, right? We just felt it was easier because it was just kind of easier to set things up. And I think the easy path is not the right one, bro. Like don't follow it just because it's easy. You know, like we should have went into AV. Like we should have fucking honed in on that. Not the AV space, dude. I see so many upsell potentials in this space. And this is kind of in tandem with the home remodeling space. Like we can run home theaters and then home remodeling, like bathroom remodeling, whatever, in tandem, right? Like 2 separate funnels specifically for that. Why? Because home remodeling and home theaters are technically the same niche. You can generate really high quality content with AI via Google VO and post that shit as ads. The owner doesn't have to be in it. You can add AI avatars. It's very visual driven, just like home theaters, just like golf sims. So that was the niche we were initially trying to keep targeting, right? Because it's high ticket. These guys are making a lot of money when you make them money, and it's just a win-win. So we are going to definitely look into advancing into that sector as well, but we want to really nail down the home theater space and get everything dialed in there. But realistically, at scale, I mean that's the play, right? So don't follow the path just because it's easy, man. Because the easy way always leads to the hard decision. So the hard decision we had to make today, which it felt hard in the moment, but now that I look back on it, it was like this was a really good choice. Because it was almost like, okay, we're shutting off a funnel that's booking us calls, that's technically getting us opportunities. Maybe they're not qualified, but there's technically a good kind of like revenue rope here, even though we haven't generated anything from these guys. And they've all been unqualified. So how is that going to change? Right. To switching to a funnel that we have sold on, I guess, right? We haven't really used that funnel to sell someone, but we sold somebody that's in that niche, but it's not running. There's a disconnect. So it felt a little risky to like, okay, well, like we already have this running. Why would we pivot? Like we put all this time in and all this effort into this funnel. Like, why are we switching? But it was like, okay, well, we can get this funnel up and running in like 24 hours. Our client's getting really good results. This is almost like the perfect time to switch. Right. And, sometimes the thing that feels like a no brainer in the moment isn't a no brainer. Cause I was like, dude, like, let's just stick to landscaping. Like, we already built this whole thing out. Like, I put so much time into this. But it's like, dude, like, maybe that's the lesson you got to take from it. Like, you put too much time into this because you thought this was the right path. And you've learned so much. You've extrapolated so much insight and lessons so that when you go into this new vertical, you can launch it in 24 hours and you have so much experience on how to structure the funnel, how to make sure people show up to the call. You have all the automations, all the systems to basically run this as a business in your back pocket that you just got to templatize and make it fit this niche. So it was a hard decision, but at the end of the day, I'm happy we decided to make it. Next one here is listen to the data, my friends. Listen to the data. Okay. The data is not wrong. Our data is bad for the landscaping industry. It's bad. If you look at the data from the AV integrators, which we've technically never ran a funnel specifically targeting AV integrators, but if you look at that data, we got a client to pay us $4,000 on $200 in ad spend. That's a really good ROAS, especially on the front end. And that's not even including LTV and everything behind that. And we didn't even have clear messaging directly attributing to his niche. No proof, no results other than our own, just conviction in what we were offering and confidence in knowing that we can make it happen. And a damn good, our guarantee wasn't even that good. Dude, our guarantee was we guarantee you an ROI or you don't pay. Like we'd even say what kind of ROI you're going to get. It's like, all right, if you don't get an ROI, you don't have to pay whatever. And it wasn't even that good. Like that funnel was ass and we were able to book a customer, so it's like, bro, just listen to the data. Like, and then you look at the landscaper funnel. It's like, we've had 7 calls book. Awesome. 7 calls, but only one of them showed up, so it's like, what the fuck's the point? So it's just a harsh realization that you kind of just come to. It's like, well, what am I fucking doing here? So we just had to listen to the data and actually see it for what it is and not just see it for like, oh, well, we booked 7 calls. Oh, our cost per lead's good. Oh, our cost per book call is good. Well, are they showing up? Well, have you closed anybody? Exactly. Right. So like you got to look at the whole data point, not just the data points that look pretty on the front end. You got to look at the whole pipeline. So listen to the data, friends. Listen to the data. And then the next one is business is a bitch, bro. And this isn't even me like complaining. Like today, I was literally like, after that call no showed, and then after the guy fucking was unqualified as fuck when he came into the call, I was like, fuck, bro. Like this shit is just like, I just fucking screamed, bro. I was just like, holy fuck, man. It's just, you're just like so pissed off. You're like, bro, like, can I just get one fucking guy in the pipeline that's actually qualified? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I've done a lot of optimizations up until this point. Like, why the fuck is this not working? And, business is just a bitch sometimes, bro. Like, there's so much friction all the time. You're never going to get in the position where it's just sunshine and rainbows all day long. There's always problems to solve. There's always some that's pain in your ass. And you're always, not always struggling, but you're always tripping the fuck out, realistically. And I don't know now, I say this now as like a kind of, I've been in the game a while, but I say this as now as someone that's not even like making crazy money a month yet and not even really scaling. But like, dude, this shit feels harder than it would be if I was at scale making 50K, 100K a month, low key. But I'm not even managing the team or anything. So it's just like, I can't even say that. But like, I feel like the beginning stages feel hard as fuck because it's like, you're just trying to get data and you're just trying to get wins so that way you can actually scale. So like that's kind of where we're at is like, all right, we just got to get a couple clients. We can start scaling ad spend, systemizing fulfillment. And like, dude, it's all it takes is just it's kind of a domino effect. Like you get a client, and then boom, that domino just like the whole thing just fucking tips over and all that shit starts boo, 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 boo. That's what we need, dude. Like it's so easy. Like just a couple clients, you got a good funnel. Like our funnel process works. You know, it's a 2-step funnel. It's really simple, right? Like we know it works. It's worked before. Like we've gotten calls booked, we've closed deals. Now it's just like, okay, let's just get like 3 guys, right? 3 guys. Our offer's up to 8K now, depending on the package they choose. 3 guys, that's crazy money. That puts us close to our goal. And that allows us to start scaling ad spend, bro. Start systemizing fulfillment, start investing in things to make our lives easier on the back end and also the front end. You know what I mean? Like it feels hard right now because like you don't really have that money leverage. Like it's really all I can put into is like time right now, and things are like pretty tight on the financial side of things. So like there's a disconnect there. But like once you have the money, I feel like it's an unlock that's going to make it so much easier to scale. Right. So that's why I just feel like business is a bitch right now, especially when you're in the fucking trenches, bro. Business is a bitch when you're like just trying to get off the ground, when you're trying to get that momentum to consistently come, right? Like you can get a hint of the momentum, but a lot of the times it doesn't stay consistent. It doesn't keep flourishing, right? If you don't have something set up correctly, if you're not in the right niche, if you don't have the right front end, you don't have the right back end, right? Like it really depends. You got to kind of hone in on, okay, what is that thing that's not allowing me to flourish, right? And otherwise, if you can't figure that out, business is a fucking bitch. Okay. And I'm not saying that lightly. Like it really is, bro. Like it's not for the weak hearted. If you're just getting into business, dude, I mean, AI makes it easier, but like you got to wait at least a good 2-3 years until you get some success, bro. Like that's just the harsh reality of this shit. Like it's put your timeline as far out as fucking humanly possible, and just, hey, if it comes earlier, you know, it comes earlier, bro. Like, yeah, like you can't expect to see that shit in a year. You can't expect to see it in 6 months. I'm sorry to break it to you. Like that's just not how the game goes. I probably said this in other videos, but business is a bitch either way, especially when you're starting out. You just gotta optimize and gain that fluent momentum, and then you're going to be good. You can start using your money instead of just your time to start scaling. And then I kind of said this before, but painful paths lead to the breakthrough you've been looking for. So this path was pretty painful, getting no show after no show after no show. It just kind of, just kind of hurt a little bit. It's not even a little bit. It stung a lot. It stung a lot. But I believe that this path is leading to the breakthrough. I believe. And I said to you guys, I'm going to close a client before the end of this month. We have 8 days left in the month, 7 tomorrow. I believe it's still possible. Okay. It's still possible. You guys, we're going to be fucking close. I know it. It's either going to happen this upcoming week or it's going to be like the first week of the month. We're going to close somebody. It's going to happen. We're going to ramp up the ad spend again. We're going to start doing cold outreach. We're going to literally get as many touch points as we possibly can to try to get these guys to book in a call with us. All we need is like 1 call, 2 calls. Our offer is fucking golden. These guys aren't going to say no, especially if they're financially qualified and serious. So yeah, painful paths lead to the breakthrough. I still believe we're getting at least 1 client here this month, boys. We're not giving up yet. We've made a lot of optimizations. This has probably been one of the hardest months yet. I would say January was kind of a hard month, but this month, man, fuck. This month's been tough, dude. But yeah, painful paths lead to the breakthrough. So if you're going through something painful right now, if you're going through a rough time, the breakthrough is coming. Just stay strong. So that is the data sets for today. Tomorrow's actions. Like I said, guys, we are completely re-optimizing our entire process. Okay. We're going into a completely new vertical. Tomorrow's actions from a high level. 221, 7 days left in the month. We're going to map out and record the VSL. It's going to be a free training type of style video. Like I said, 5 to 10 minutes going over the exact system, what problems it solves, how it works from a high level, and the results we're getting, essentially using our client as a case study. And yeah, we're using that because that's what worked for Troy. That's what got him to convert, gave him a lot of trust on the front end, and like just basically got him committed. Like, damn, like these guys know their shit. They're talking sauce. They're talking chop. Then we're going to record the pre-call video initially. And this is some feedback I got from the call today, which was good, is he didn't watch the 25-minute video. He watched like 5-10 minutes and then just like skip through it. So I think a 25-minute pre-call video is stupid as fuck. I'm just going to make it like 2 to 3 minutes and then just give them some optional videos if they want to watch them. So that way, at least they're watching the like pre-call. They know what to do. They got context on the call. You know, they know they're going to show up and like what happens on it and stuff. And then we're going to prep for our client's upsell. So we have an upsell call on Monday. Also kind of a review call, see how the system's going, how things are performing for him on his side of the boat. We already have seen it from our side of the boat, and it looks like things are performing really, really well. The only complaint that he's had is that he got a lead from outside of his service area. It was just a simple little Facebook back-end ting that we didn't dial, but we've got that dialed now. Then we'll record some ads. So my brother's doing 10 B-roll ads. So 10 B-roll, and then I think I'm going to do like 3 we're gonna do like three or four talking heads. So we're gonna kind of mix up the ad set a little bit, get some personalized stuff out there, and then also some B-roll. Then we're gonna launch the funnel. Goal is to do that as soon as humanly possible before anything else tomorrow. VSL, pre-call video, getting everything adjusted and set up, and then recording the ads. We should be launched before noon tomorrow, so that would be less than 24 hours of until launch. So really good timing there. We're fucking moving fast, boys. Then cold outreach. I'm going to go into the cold outreach system, potentially start prepping for cold call processes starting next week. I know I'm against cold calling, but if I got to do it to just talk to some motherfuckers, potentially get a call, I'm going to do it. I also like the idea of just doing like email outreach, DM outreach, things of that nature, kind of see how that whole system works. We'll probably try email. We'll also probably do cold calling in tandem just to get in touch with these guys with the best touch points we possibly can. And then if I have extra time tomorrow, middle of funnel videos. If not, no worries on that side of the boat. Should be totally fine. So guys, that is the video today. It's a long one because I just feel like I had to get a lot off my chest. This is a pivotal point in our agency series. It's a pivotal point in the transition, right? And it's something that I didn't expect to have to do today, but maybe I felt it coming, right? So it's not even scary in my eyes. It's I feel like I have more confidence here. Like I just have more confidence in this niche because like we've sold to it before. I've closed somebody in this niche. Like these guys have completely different mindsets from landscapers. Like their headspaces are completely different, right? Like the more consultative approach, numbers, ROI approach works really well for the AV integrators. But the landscapers, you got to kind of go with the more like emotional selling, right? Like you got to it's just, you got to work so much harder to get a sale that like with someone that you really don't even probably want to work with at the end of the day. No offense to landscapers, but like the people that were coming into our funnel, like I don't want to work with you, bro. Especially if you're doing pre-revenue. Like I know for a fact, you're going to come onto the call and get pitched. And you're not going to be able to afford what I pitch you. So it's just good. But yeah, boys, crazy shift today. If you're out there grinding, I guess my little founder's message to you is if you feel like the path is not as it sees fit right now and you feel a lot of friction, you're getting a lot of no-shows, you're seeing a lot of struggles, and there's just like nothing's really sinking, I would really look either back or forward or inward and say, okay, is there the data that I can look at to back this up and understand my position in this market right now and see if this market positioning is actually effective? If it's not, and if the data is just pretty on the front end and the back end, it looks ugly, like for us, where can I move my eggs to? Do I have, like our circumstance is super rare because we were running a really broad funnel to start, but do I have another lane that I can put my eggs into that I would rather work with, that I would feel more confident selling, that this system would work for? Like I said before, like you don't need fucking social proof to make this shit work, bro. Like you just need conviction, confidence, and enthusiasm in your offer. And in every single asset that they watch, you need to have so much passion and enthusiasm about what you're speaking about and show, not tell. And people will trust you. People will want to book calls. We've already seen it firsthand. Don't let the imposter syndrome creep in, bro. Like if you know you can do it, you can do it. Right? And do whatever you need to do to make sure you know you can do it because it's going to happen, bro. So yeah, this is a big point here. It feels better. Like I'm smiling a lot more now. Like I just get it. I'm excited, even though we've just restructured everything, turned off something that was kind of working, but I guess you could say not really. It was broken and just built a new machine in less than 24 hours. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is probably the longest one to date. I hope you got a lot of value from this and insight that you can take into your own business. Feel free to like, subscribe to follow this journey. Looking at building up the sub count. We're at 150, guys. I appreciate you all for the support. Feel free to DM me on Instagram. I left my Instagram link in the description down below. If you want to connect with me, if you want some free resources or insight into starting your own AI agency and some of the IP I use, feel free to DM me on Instagram. I'd love to hear from you and hear your feedback on this series. And also in the comments down below, if you have any questions for me specifically that you want me to answer in the next video, feel free to drop them down below. Any thoughts, any advice, would love to hear it from you guys. This was day 27, one of the biggest days yet and one of the hardest days yet, but we ain't even up yet. We are about to see the breakthrough here soon, guys. I know it's coming. Appreciate you watching. Tune in for tomorrow, day 28. It's Ethan. We'll see you guys.